It's Sunday morning on CBS. Here again is Jane Pauley.
The movie Love Story was a gigantic hit back in the 1970s. It also forged a lifelong bond between its two stars, as we hear now from Ben Mankiewicz, our man in Hollywood.
First, the music gets you. Then that fateful opening line.
What can you say about a 25-year-old girl who died?
I mean, talk about a spoiler alert.
That she was beautiful and brilliant?
He tells you how the movie ends. She dies. Yet Love Story remains Hollywood's definitive, love story. It's the 1970 tearjerker that to this day tugs at the heart of the audience.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
And the stars, Ryan O'Neal and Ali MacGraw.
There was a strange love affair that was going on the set with everyone. And we just were part of that, Ali and I.
We brought them together virtually, MacGraw in Santa Fe and O'Neal in Malibu, giving them a chance to reminisce about this famous fictional romance. Ali, how did it change your life?
Oh, not very much. I was making $80 a week as a photographer's stylist, eating prune Danish for lunch. It didn't change it very much. I mean, it was like a cyclone hit.
Written by Ivy League classics professor Eric Siegel, Love Story was a Romeo and Juliet reboot, with O'Neal playing a rich Harvard legacy student, Oliver Barrett IV, and MacGraw playing a working-class Radcliffe girl, Jenny.
Hey, what makes you so sure I went to prep school?
You look stupid and rich.
Actually, I'm smart and poor.
Siegel shopped his screenplay around. Eventually, it found its way to MacGraw.
And I read it and I cried and I thought, there's something wrong. I'm sort of snobby, and I didn't understand why I felt what I felt reading it.
Love Story was not supposed to be the movie that brought Paramount Pictures back from the cusp of financial ruin. In 1970, right in the middle of the upheaval of the Vietnam War and the Civil Rights Movement, a romantic drama about two beautiful Ivy Leaguers was an unlikely blockbuster. But one person really believed in Love Story, Ali MacGraw, and she had somebody on her side who could make it happen. MacGraw's new husband was Robert Evans. He ran Paramount. In 1970, with MacGraw enjoying the success of her first movie, Goodbye Columbus, Evans thought playing Jenny in Love Story might be a nice little second film for his wife. Casting Oliver was trickier. Ryan, you beat out some hefty names, some serious heavyweights.
I don't know about that part.
I do. Everybody knew the second that you walked on the set.
I was last.
Yeah, I had to kiss every one of them too.
And you concurred that Ryan was the guy?
For sure. It was instant.
Hey, if you're so convinced I'm a loser, why did you bulldoze me into buying you coffee?
I like your body.
It was fun to go to work every day and romantic.
How's it going, Mrs. B?
It's going, puppy.
Something startling happened. Towards the end, I remember that a lot of the guys on the crew, whom we loved,
Would you please hold me?
had tears in their eyes. And I don't think anybody was sitting around saying, ooh, wow, this is going to be a big hit movie.
Big doesn't begin to describe it. Love Story earned $130 million at the box office, equivalent to about $1 billion today. It picked up 7 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. It won for its score,
Francis Lay for Love Story,
which is as memorable as the characters.
Music was a problem in the beginning because we had the wrong guy do the score and he got fired.
Je suis très heureux et vous remercie.
And so we brought in this wonderful Frenchman.
Francis Lay.
Francis Lay's music, not the original music.
No. In the original music, Jenny's dead. That's how it opened. And so Bob Evans, he tore the phone out of the wall, I remember, and we moved on to Francis Lay.
And I always thought that music had a huge amount to do with that film's success.
The novel helped too. Eric Siegel wrote the screenplay first. When Paramount bought it, the studio suggested he make it a book to hype the film. The novel was released on Valentine's Day 1970. It spent nearly a year on the New York Times bestseller list and sold 21 million copies. A 1971 Gallup poll found 1 in 5 Americans had read Love Story. 10 months after the book came the movie, and for O'Neal and MacGraw, unfathomable fame.
Overnight, you know, I was never around ever in my life that level of being looked at or copied or where did you get your hat?
Ryan, you'd been a television star, but there's something very different about what happened after Love Story, right?
Well, if you wanted to see me, I was at Studio 54.
So was I.
And a little arrogant, I must say. All this success piled on.
What were the challenges?
Well, I had a wife and children. That was one of the challenges. And I wanted to be free. I wanted to roam the world.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
And to this day, they get asked that one question.
Don't.
About that one line.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
What does that mean?
I don't know. What does it mean?
Neither of us knew at the time, but over the years we have come up with answers that maybe work. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have an answer. I mean,
I've had to say I'm sorry a lot in my life. That's all I know.
And I keep hoping that I'll get through a whole interview without being asked that question.
Sorry, no such luck. To say they're different people now is an understatement. O'Neal lives on the coast, and he can thank Oliver Barrett IV for that. In 1978, he made a sequel, Oliver's Story. It bombed.
I never saw it.
I never saw it.
Ryan, is that true? You never saw it?
I don't think I did, no. But I got paid a lot of money. I'm living in Malibu thanks to Oliver's Story.
MacGraw left L.A. for Santa Fe 25 years ago. She'd done the whole L.A. thing.
Listen, I had no illusion that I had a long career ahead of me as a film actress. And, you know, getting older, which is not a lovely place to be as a female in that business.
But even separated by geography and a pandemic, they still keep in touch and see each other when they can.
I visit Ryan, and it's great. Maybe you'll come to Santa Fe sometime.
I'll come on horseback.
Let me ask you the last question for you guys. I got it. It's not a romantic love, but there's a love story between the two of you.
Oh, sure. What is more wonderful in the whole world than the ability to love somebody?
To this day, I love this woman.
Yeah, and I, Ryan, and why not?
For sure. For sure.